before I check in with you guys on how this week went, a couple days ago, I did a little adventure at the waterfront. So here's that footage. Hi guys, it's Jennifer Lynn Adams here, and I am at the park, and it is a much cooler day today, which I'm grateful for. So I want to check in with you. It is the my second week of being a licensed insurance agent. And I would describe this week as being triumphant and exhausting. So I always say share the good news first, right? So the good news was that I did get several yeses from auto dealers, like some strong yeses that they would refer their customers to me. None of them have referred their customers to me yet, but the yes feels good. That is a good start. So the exhausting part, I think, is just like I shared last week. The crows are talking. I'm at the park. I think you know that, obviously. Shh! I'm making a video. So I think that the exhausting part is just like I shared last week, that it's a whole different world now. I think in the old way of insurance agents, I think that they used to only have competition with each other, like maybe more territorial competition with each other and maybe among companies. But now we're also in competition with AI, for real, because several of the potential car dealerships that I called said no, because they're like, we just go through the website, we bypass agents and just use the website, it's faster. And I actually called one of because there's like a line you can call for training questions and talk to like a real person, which is nice. That at least isn't AI. That's a real person you can call. Anyway, for agents only, if you have questions. I try not to call it very often though, because I don't want them to flag me as someone who doesn't know what they're doing. But what I ask them is, what do they recommend when people say they would rather use the website, or even just because there's so much AI technology for insurance now, where there's actual AI agents who can help you that aren't even a real person. And I said, what can we say that will show potential customers or potential companies who are referring customers to us that they should go through us as agents instead of the website? And what she said was just the personal touch, you know? So first of all, they have to want to have a personal touch, because some people don't want to have people in their lives. And I think we're becoming increasingly less tolerant of each other as humans and more imprinted on AI, which is very discouraging. And so I'm just like, okay, well, that's a good point. A real person. And she's like, yeah, they can call you for advice. And they can ask you questions that, you know, you can let them know that the AI only knows so much, and that a real person that's trained in the business is a more reliable source. I was like, okay, that's a good solid rebuttal. And then I came up with that basically that okay, why did I forget what I came up with? I just forgot it. Well, I just said that, you know, I know that I can offer like warmth and like a real interaction, a real human interaction with hospitality, that AI can't offer. And also to make sure that they're getting all the discounts they need. But it does take a little bit longer, you know, and that is one of the questions that the car dealerships ask, is like, well, how long do you need for an appointment? And I said 30 minutes, and some of them said, well, I can do it on the website in 10, you know? And I said, well, yes, but the website isn't going to ensure that all the incidents are added incorrect. Like if they've had accidents, they're not going to, the website can't ensure that all the family members are included. The website can't ensure that there isn't mistakes that need to be corrected, or information that needs to be changed or added. Like the website's not going to ask you those questions, but a real agent will. So I just feel like that is the challenge, is trying to convince people in general that going through an agent is better than just, you know, doing it quickly online. So, you know, it's challenging. And so, I mean, I hope that their yeses are really yes, and that they really will refer their customers to me. But, you know, I want to be realistic yet hopeful. Do you know what I mean by that? Realistic that that there are a lot more things we're competing with as agents now, but hopeful that my plucky optimism and, like, you know, customer service will win the day, I hope. Yeah, so there's that. And I think that's all I have to share. That's pretty much what this week as an agent has been like. And so I think I'll sign off now, but thank you for your time, and I'll check back in with more updates, and hopefully the next thing I share will be that a policy came through, that they really did refer a customer to me, and that I signed up a customer, a client. That is what I'm hoping I get to share with you soon. And I am going for a walk around the park, and I'm going to take you with me.